With Sabres GM Kevyn Adams on the heels of the Draft Lottery, your immediate reaction to it, Kev?
Well, it was interesting. You know, I obviously had never been through it before, and maybe it would have felt different if you were there. But in something that's really important, you're kind of a spectator, right? You're just taking it in. So I probably went through the same emotions that all our Sabre fans felt. You're watching, then you go, okay. But immediately my mind flips to, let's go to work. I'm a big believer in you focus on what you can control. Coming into this, hey, you hope for the best, and this is where we are, and now we go to work. So that's the message.
So what's next for going to work?
Yeah, this is obviously we knew this was coming the last week and a half, and it was to say, okay, what's going to happen at the lottery? Let's catch our breath a little bit. Obviously, with Jeremiah Crowe announcement this morning and Jason Nightingale, we're starting to put some of the pieces in place or how we're going to be doing things, but. There'll be some more internal meetings, and then it's going to be quickly turning into the work that needs to get done to lead up to the draft. We don't know when the draft is,
right.
But we want to certainly get our scouts virtually together and do, through the technology that we can use, start to identify how we want to move forward from here and be crystal clear in our expectations and really put our plan together moving forward.
Can you take us into the discussions with Jeremiah and with Jason and what led to them being in these, kind of newer positions, if you will?
Yeah, I'll start with Jeremiah. First of all, he's an incredibly talented, hardworking, detail-oriented, really, really, really good hockey mind. And I had the fortunate opportunity to meet Jeremiah a number of years ago. Spent time with him in a different role previously at the Academy of Hockey, and I was able to see him day after day after day. The work that he was doing, every time I would challenge him, he would go above and beyond and do more. And I saw him growing just right before my eyes, and I saw the extra work that he was doing, almost preparing back then for something down the road and putting a scouting process together and identifying talent. And then there was no question in my mind he was going to have success. I just didn't know how it would work in his path. So to see him eventually leave and go to the USA national program, and I mean the team that he built there and that was in charge of, and the scouting department that he ran, and putting that tremendous NTDP team together, and then obviously coming back and getting his pro experience. So I'm excited about him. He's very good eye for talent, but also understands the analytics and the measuring of players and quantifying certain things. So it's a good mix. And Jason Nightingale, people may know him a little bit. He's been around in our organization. Incredibly bright, incredibly driven to succeed. And again, he has to me, a really interesting mix of certainly an analytical background, and that's been his where he's been in the organization. But he also played the game at a high level. He's in a hockey family. He's a hockey player too, so he got a little bit of that feel. So to me, those two guys are tremendous people, tremendous character, and now we go.
For those that maybe don't yet understand fully the subtlety of the title change when it comes to director of scouting and how it kind of blends everything as opposed to just amateur and pro, how do you see that evolving, and how does it change for those who've existed previously in a world where they were just amateur or just pro?
Yeah, Duffer, it's a great question, and one that, as we put this together, I really believe in people, and talented people can do special things when they're all working together the same way with the same vision. And so how we wanted to start to put this together and move forward is to get a little bit away from just your traditional only a pro scout or only an amateur scout. We want to get scouts, and we want to get talented scouts that can be challenging each other in different ways. And certainly then when you kind of tie into the analytical part in looking at that data and how we measure players and how you can quantify certain things, and also use the video as a resource to measure. And there's just so many, I could go on and on and on. But the reality is, when you can do all that, and we're going to work, and it's time to go to work on that, then you can sit in a room and challenge each other, and you can debate, and you can push and say, okay, this is what the numbers say, this is what the eye sees, now what's the right process to get the right player? So those are great conversations that I'm looking forward to with different people in the room, and I am a big believer in, you get in that room, it's about getting the right result. And I don't care how we get there, I don't care how long it takes us to get there, but we need to get there, and that's going to be something that we're going to start right away on.
The result of the lottery, has that changed anything in your head about what you were thinking to do with the pick?
Yeah, honestly, Duffer, of course, waking up this morning, you think, wow, that'd be awesome if you could get, but you come into this process knowing what the odds are, knowing how the lottery system works, and I really came into it with just, let's see where we are at 8:20 or whatever time it was, and then we go to work. And so I'd be really saying the same thing if we were anywhere else. But now the fact that we know where we are, it's like, okay, now we have crystal clear understanding. There's no more saying, well, what if we got moved up? What if we're there? Now we know, and that to me is it's an exciting day. Now we just go.
Last one might be hard to answer at this point in time, but because it's on a day where you've had promotions and putting people in place, do you have a vision yet for how many more names you want to add to round out your department?
No, I think to me the most important thing is identifying people and identifying talent, and then bringing those talented people into the mix, and then kind of putting them in positions to succeed. So I'm not overly hung up on exactly how many. We certainly are going to identify areas that we need help, and there's I guess I explain it this way: there's an urgency to get this right, but we're going to make sure we get it right with people. So we're not going to rush into anything. We're going to have a lot of conversations. We're going to make sure we do our homework, because at the end of the day, no matter what people's titles say, what it is, it's about people, and it's about doing it together. So if we can get the right people to fit, then I truly believe that's when amazing things can happen. And that's what I'm excited about, and that's the challenge ahead.
Very good. Good luck.
Thank you.